So hello everyone, this is Faraz and today we are going to showcase you some of the features which have came up with the Symfony new version 18.2 onwards. So what we have done is we have configured the engagement app with the Symfony. So engagement is the new feature which has came with the Symfony. So herein we are going to demonstrate that how can we configure and utilize that for better services. So as you guys can see on my screen that we have some kind of sections. On the left hand corner we have a logo section, so starting from there only. So guys, when we talk about the service, it always comes to our mind that how can we improve the guest services, or how can we have a good approach towards the guest services, right? So same thing, considering same thing, we have configured this screen in a manner so that the operations wise we can provide good services. Okay. On the along with this, adding one more point, that along with this, in today's world, it's more to be attractive, so to design the things in attractive so that it attracts the users, it attracts the customers, or it has a good good set of things in the mind of the user. So considering that point also, we have like created or configured this, implemented this screen. Starting now, on the left hand corner, if you see on the top, this section is reserved for the logo. So if any brand or if any restaurant chain wants to implement a logo on the sign in screen, on the welcome screen, they can you place their logo here. Configuration will come to later on, how the configuration will create another video for that. Right now this video is only for the UI purpose, that how the things appears on the post once they are configured on the backend. So if you see on the left corner, this is the logo. Just down that we have created a URL button gadget. URL widget is added to this screen so that it will have an image also. Along with this image, once you click on this, the link which is linked to this button, it will also open on your desktop. So if you see here, I have linked a website with this, so that's the reason we could see it here, right? Jumping to the next, we'll come to this configuration guide and pause guide later on. First of all, let us discuss the rest things. So if you see the next one, this is basically a image slideshow, so that you can, if a guest wants to have a look, or if just to make it attractive, to show the show the menu items or show the images, like that, you can have a slideshow. So if you want to see it on a bigger screen, click it. It automatically, I have set a time of 10 seconds, so it will automatically change. Otherwise you can change it from here manually as well, right? So as you guys can see, I am changing it from here, or we can change it this words. We have this, right? So this is the way we can push the images to appear on the pods. Next, if you see on the right side, this is the URL, or this you can say for the Twitter account. So if your restaurant has a Twitter account, or if it is mentioned in the news anytime. So right now I have sent the query to Oracle. So right now it's using the Oracle query to show us the results. So that's the reason you can, when it comes to your services, you can provide the hashtag of your service, and once you provide that one in the backend configuration, it all the tweets would appear here. Next is the Facebook. So if you are running a Facebook page, you can link it here with once for the first time, it will prompt you for login the credentials of your Facebook page, and after that words, it will directly take you to the page. Next, this basically function I have created for menu item availability, but we don't use it when the user is sign off. So that's why this is just an icon for now. Later on, we can configure it. Next, this button is for updating the database. If a user wants, or if any kind of configuration is done on the backend and a user wants to update it at the same time, so user can click on this button. So if you see here, for the fractions of seconds, it populated the update database uh, prompt, and after that it went off. Right. So basically, this is the key for the update database, just like we use in our sign-in key. And those people who have already used the Symfony, so they might already be aware that by default the system, we can set a time slot or time settings in the EMC to update the POS automatically. Otherwise, if you want the immediate changes, you can hit this button to get the updated things immediately on the POS. Right now, just below this, we have the option to minimize the application. So if you want to, for any kind of reason, if you want to go back on the desktop, so you can just click on the minimize application. You will be prompted to enter the authorization key, or you can you can enter your swipe your POS card if you are having one. And if you have the privileges, it will take you to the main screen. Right? So now, returning back to the POS screen. So we are back now. Now, if you see here, just beside that, we have the close application button. If you want to close the application for any reason, or if you needed to do so, you can just click on the close application tab. And after swiping your card or the user ID, you can close the application. So for time being now, we are not going to close it. So I just clicked on cancel. Very important function. This is called the Beyond Trust. So basically, Oracle provides the support through the Bomba. Hope you already, those who are using the Oracle products must already be aware. So what we have done is we have connected the link which Oracle uses. And when Oracle supports calls you, they provide a session key. You just have to enter the session key here. And after that, you can click on submit. And after that, you will be, the Oracle support team will get connected to your workstation. Usually, why it is important, earlier we used to do is when Oracle representative wants to connect to the workstation to provide support, in that scenario, the user needs to apply or user needs to minimize the application or close the application. Sometimes user doesn't have the rights, user doesn't have the privileges, but this URL will bypass the privileges, and it will get the representative connected with the help of the person who is available on the POS by entering the session key. If I scroll to the right, I will come to this section later on, this one. So if we scroll to the right, I hope you can see the sign in screen and the sign in button and the description. So this button is used to sign in whenever you want to sign in and go to the transaction screen. You can click on the sign in tab, click on the RVC on which you want to sign in, just click on OK. It will take you to the transaction screen. So after going to the transaction screen, of course, you can perform whatever transaction you want. Let's say if you want to create a check, so you can just click on begin check by table, and going forward, you can proceed to your rest of the functions. I just clicked on cancel. I'm back on the welcome screen. Now, just below this sign in button, we have the items description tab. So basically what item description tab does, we configure in the backend the item names, item description, item price, so that we can see here. So if you click on here, this will display the image of the item. Along with this, it will show the ingredients, what all ingredients are inside this, are used inside this salad. So this is an example of Caesar salad. So it shows that ingredients: 1 cup of mayonnaise, half tablespoon of garlic. So all the ingredients are visible here. Along with this, if you see at the bottom, the prices are also there. So this is very helpful when helpful in the case when you want to showcase the customer that these are the options we have available. So in this we can showcase all the items. So this is a kind of another vegetable salad, ingredients, black pepper and all these things along with the price. So whatever configures in your backend, you can see it on the screen. Okay. And yes, we left this section on the left. If you see here, this is Oracle Hospitality Reporting and Analytics. This is also one of the important feature. What is the reason why I'm saying it important? Because sometimes, see, the workstation holds only the 7 days data. In case you wants to utilize the My Micros, because RNA, that is the reporting portal for the Symphony, reporting tool for the Symphony. So in that scenario, you can ignore the usage of the PC. You can directly come up on the POS screen, click here. It will prompt you to enter the user credentials. Once you enter your same RNA credentials here, it will populate as soon as we have the option of keyboard here as well. So if you want to uh, enter the, if you want to log in, you can just enter your credentials using the keyboard. So right now I'm using my keyboard, or if you don't have a keyboard, you can use an on-screen keyboard also. So this is basically the option for the on-screen keyboard. So right now I am just logging in with my user. So if you can see, now I have got the reports screen on my POS system only. So if you want to check the reports for previous dates, you can go into the daily operations, select the business date from here. Let's say I want to select for the entire month of August. I just select the month of August, and if you see here, 1st August to 31st of August, it is showing me the reports. Same time, if you want to drill down into the receipts, you can click on the receipts if you want to drill down. So basically it's the My Micro. So it will drill down you to the check level, right? Closing this one. On the left, I initially, when I was starting the video at that point, I left two of the things which were the initial one. This is the configuration guide and POS user guide. So basically, Oracle has released the configuration guide on the docs.oracle.com. So I have copied the link, utilized the same link, and linked it on my POS screen. So as soon as I click on this tab, it will show us the POS user guide. So if you guys can see right now, I haven't configured the user guide. So you can you can link that one as per your requirement, and it will be able to show you the user guide also. So this is the POS user guide, and this is the configuration guide. So you can link it as per your requirement and utilize it as per your requirement. Now, some more features are there, like if you are using an IP camera, that also you can link in here. So there are other widgets also which you can link in your POS welcome screen. So going forward, we will be coming up with a new video for the hub screen, wherein the user will have user will have the possibilities, or user can do the changes of the headers, trailers, multiple things of the check, and like many other things, including the check number, then of course configuration kind of thing, some kind of low level of configuration the user can set up from the hub screen. So we are good for now. Thank you so much, and guys, please take care and have a great day.